So the first time I heard the Bartók quartets, I heard all 6 of them in one concert performed by the Emerson String Quartet in London, and I was absolutely blown away by them as a set, and I found them very inspiring, and now have played some of them, but this is a wonderful project to see happening, and I'm sure we all love these pieces very much.
And there's some amazing techniques that Bartók uses in these pieces. For instance, the Bartók pizzicato, the glissandi, very quiet playing on the fingerboard, like in the 4th quartet, for instance, we just heard. So he uses lots of extended techniques in very interesting ways. So new colours, new exciting colours.
I have always loved Bartók's music. When I was very little, I played his piano pieces for children, and then when I was a teenager, I was introduced to the quartets, and I listened to a recording by Sándor Vég's quartet when I was learning number 2 of Bartók, and then also number 3, and I was very inspired by Sándor Vég, who himself worked with Bartók on some of the premieres of his quartets. And then I was lucky to study with him. He became my teacher for 5 years, and so I felt I had a very interesting connection with Bartók's music. And I also studied with other Hungarian musicians, and I find the language, the musical language, very interesting and very direct.
私がバートーク最初に聞いたのはバートークのバーリンコンチェルトだったんですよね。それを卒園で弾くことになってて、で難しい曲でもすごいテクニカルででずっと思ってたんですけれどもね、その何年かしてからバーリンのジオがありますよね。それを弾くことになって、こんなになんか簡単っていうか音楽的にフォークソングみたいな曲がいっぱい詰まってるね、44曲あるんですけどね。それからやっぱりそういうのをいろいろ学んでからバートークの曲っていうのは本当にフォークソングなんですよね。それで彼のなんていう興味がねさっきもリチャードが言ってたけど昆虫とかね動物とかそういう田舎のこととか田舎の音楽とかねそういうことが一番彼に興味があったようでそれが一番音楽に現れてますね。Any points?
Lots of slow practice.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Lots of slow practice.
Yes.
I think you also have to, in the tradition of, these quartets as being great art music, going back to Beethoven, you really have to study the score, because so much of the magic of the music is in the form and the structure that I think it's really important that you have an appreciation of that outside your own part. Having said that, they also include so many wonderful folk elements that they also have this incredibly natural side. So also to study the tradition of the Hungarian folk music is essential.
Yes, I agree, and I think it's fantastic when people learn to play the notes, which are very, very difficult, but then the really important thing is to make the music dance and to communicate the energy and also the Bartók can sound very aggressive, but there is a very big lyrical side to his music, melodic, and we have to find that side as well.
I would suggest listening to some of the very old ethnomusicological recordings that Bartók made when he went into the rural Hungary and collected folk song. So there are lots of these recordings from the early part of the 20th century which you can hear, and you can hear how these folk elements then are replicated in the string quartets. So and also to do with the Hungarian language and how the Hungarians speak. So there's always a strong first syllable, like Japanese.
Also, Bartók can be funny, and I think it's important not to just be very serious and practice. We have to find the energy and the humour and the dance element in the music.
もうみんな言ってもらったし、さっきも言ったんですけど、バルトクの音楽っていうのはどうしてもこう難しいっていうイメージがあるから、それをもう解除して、バルトークがどういうふうに時間を潰したとか、さっきルーマニアとかに行ってね、フォークソングを聴きながら旅をしてたこととか、そういうもっとなんていうのかな、ベーシックに戻って、その音楽